In this video, we look into why an economic model of the sexual marketplace is so incredibly useful for understanding, comprehension, and navigating today's sexual environment. Utilizing an economic model as an analogy helps us a great deal because it provides a framework for understanding, language we can use, and comprehension of the forces at play and their interrelationships between factors and drivers. For better or worse, the sexual marketplace is a marketplace like any other market, where the value of products and services being offered, you and your services, are being shaped by the forces of supply and demand, with governing agencies of culture, society, politics, and biology attempting to influence the behaviors and outcomes found within it. And like any market, we can speak of macro conditions, the overall scale or big picture elements that structure and shape the total sum of the marketplace, and micro conditions, the small individual personal elements that drive supply and demand on an individual to individual basis. At a macro level, markets vary in form, scale, geographic, and service niches. The sexual marketplace is no different. It can vary based on the cultural, social, and political environment in which you're operating in. The scale ranges based on the number of active participants within a pool of people. Geography still plays a role, even though the sexual marketplace can take on a virtual form found within the internet, in such places as forums, chat rooms, and dating sites. But because people still want to connect in person and not just virtually, geography still matters. And while we initially may scoff at the notion of politics playing any role in our sexual lives, the realm of sexual politics is very real and impacts your life, whether directly or tangentially, as sex is highly political and promises to remain so in the future. At a micro level, the sexual marketplace varies based on the individual and reflects individual tastes, beliefs, and values, both yours and your potential customers. All these elements shift and swirl around, and what was true to yesterday may not quite be true for you today, as preferences, beliefs, and values adjust over time. Time is an incredibly important component to the sexual marketplace, as we'll discuss later when we discuss life trajectories and time frames. Bottom line is that your individual mileage may vary when discussing the sexual marketplace, as personal perspective, situation, and context matter greatly. With all that in mind, it is important to point out that you are a business in this environment, and together we are going to be looking at your potential customer base. In this regard, we will be shifting back and forth, with you being both a product or a commodity and a service provider offering a range of potential services to a willing and knowledgeable clientele. We will not be trying to sell our product or services to an unwitting customer base in a one-off score. If anything, we'll go out of our way to help educate our clientele prior to their decision and commitment with us. There will be no magical lines, silver bullets, or seductive potions offered with short-term sales strategies. Doing so comes from a position of weakness because you know the quality of your offering is low and the clients would not purchase otherwise. We're better than that. We're thinking long-term, and we're aiming to win the client again and again and again, building a loyal customer base in the process. Ultimately, they should see us as their best valued option. Not only are you a business offering a product and range of service, it means that you're also the CEO. Let that sink in for a moment. Not only am I going to expect you to manage the day-to-day operations of a business we call you, but also expect you to act and behave like an executive officer. You'll be expected to lead, look towards the future, and to plan appropriately in guiding your life and the relationships found within it. The sooner you learn, embrace, and exemplify those qualities, the better. As CEO, you'll also be responsible for the team you build, and a cardinal rule of business is that the team you build is the company you build. In this case, the team you build is the relationship or marriage you build. We're not looking to be a massive growth, hire and fire type firm with a continuously revolving door. We want to showcase steady growth, have quality offerings, proper comfort, stability, and an end-of-life retirement and legacy plan. Not because it comes from a promise, but because it comes from an ability to deliver.